Hello, good evening. It is Monday. Got a right croaky throat there. It's Monday and it's a bank holiday, so I hope you've had a lovely, lovely day. So yeah, Monday, monthly make time. We are going to be playing. Oh, I know what I've not done. I'm not taking a stamp off my poly mount. I will do that now while we're chatting. I knew I had something to do. And then I got picking out colours. I thought, oh, I'm super organised tonight. And then I got picking out my colours and I didn't take a stamp you can't see yet off my poly mount. So bear with me. It's a big one, so it's going to take me a bit of pulling. There we go, nearly off. Oh, there we go. It came off. Right, so I'm going to hide them up there so you don't see them. You know what I'm like, I do forget what's on my desk and what's not. And I can put that one on the poly mount. I'm going to do it on a jaunty angle. So yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to be playing with our multi-make stamp sets. I've gone super big tonight with my card, so I'm doing a really big 8-inch card. I've got a black mat for it, and then this one's cut down to 7.5, which is what we're going to be working on. So shall we get going? It sounds like my throat's going to go again, isn't it? So yeah, we'll get going, shall we? I hope this camera is kind of in the right place. It is indeed kind of in the right place. Let's just move you around. There we go. I checked one camera but not the other. Right, so I'm going to roll my sleeves up. So I have got our monthly make stamps in front of me, and then I'm going to pop them up there so I don't lose them. And then I have been picking some colours. I want something quite big and bright, bold and bright even, bold and bright. Evening, Mum. So I've got Twisted Citron, a bit of ripe persimmon, and peacock feathers. So you can see I have gone for colours I don't normally go for. Well, apart from peacock feathers, I always go for that, don't I? But I thought they were quite bright and quite a nice little combo to go for this. And I've also, I'm not sure which way I'm going to do this, I've also picked out the solid splat. Now, I did think I might, and I haven't decided yet, so feel free to jump in. I was thinking I might use that and then use my solid splat to add the colour behind. That could look quite cool, couldn't it? Might do that. So this isn't in this month's monthly make, the splat, but it's one of the oldies but goodies that I thought might look pretty cool if I did something like, I think that's what I'm going to do actually. And so you can see I've picked 3 colours. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start off with this one. See, I kind of had an idea, but it wasn't set in stone, shall we say. Or I was going to do a lot of distressing was my other option. But no, we're going to go with this one instead. So I'm going to start off with my green, my Twisted Citron. I'm going to make sure everything's in the right place for me to start this. And I'm just going to ink this one up. There we go. And I'm going to give it a bit of a spritz with my spritzer. I could do it like that, but I want to add some of the lovely hexagons over the top. I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to pop this one in slightly from the edge. Bring it down as well. So I have that one. And I'm going to do another one because I want one going one way, one going the other. So this first one's quite easy. It's going to be the others that we need to line up to the circles. There we go. Get lots and lots of colour on. And do a quick spritz again. And I'm going to do exactly the same with this one, so I kind of mirror image it. So it's going to go, let me just check, so that's going to go like that. If I turn it round, yep, that's going to be fine going about there. There we go, so done with my tissue. There it is. Clean those bits off my desk as well. And clean up my stamp. Not that there's much left on that stamp. It's always good to give it a quick clean though, isn't it? Especially with your oxides. And then before I do anything else, I want to just dry this off a little bit. Evening, Susie. Give this a quick whack with my heat gun. It's not quite the same because I've not moved it down the page enough, but it'll be okay. It'll work. And if it doesn't, that's part of the fun, isn't it? If it doesn't work, you've got to find an alternative to it. There we go. So we've got our 2 twisted citrons done. Oh, nice green one. So then this one, I'm going to keep bringing this one back in because you can see where I'm going with this, can't you? So I've got this to go here. I know I've got the I wants as well. Oof. I want an ice cream. So that one's going to go somewhere like that. Yeah. Oh, so big blob on big blob. Yeah. Let's see if I can position that. Yeah, so can you see I've got a big blob on there and I've got one under there. Yeah. Let me give it a quick ink up. So this is the ripe yeah, that one. I can never say its name. One of these days. I've overspritzed this, you can tell, because all my ink, if you look at it, all my ink's kind of come away from the edges, so I know I've overspritzed this before I stamp it. But it'll be okay. It'll just be a bit more of a blobby stamp than a neat and tidy one. So we're going to turn this round. I want to make sure again. So I would expect it to be there. Let's see if I'm right. Nope, I'm completely wrong. That's going to go there. So we want this to come here. Oops. Trying to put me your doodad down right. Okay, so it's going in that gap there. So get me right Percy Mum again, or however you say it. Okay, and give it a quick spritz. Those two were going in there, weren't they? There or thereabouts. And you can see why it's so important that we dried this between each colour. Because when we're going on top, that would have all just started to bleed and mix and merge, and we don't want that. We want the lovely bright colours all layered up. I'll give this another quick dry. My first one worked really well. My second one, I hit it with too much water when I spritzed it. Looking bright and, well, bold and bright already, isn't it? Summery, that's the right word I'm looking for. Summery. And then this one. So we have got our green, our orange, and now we need our blue, but I've not cleaned my stamp. That would help, wouldn't it? Got that time of the year again. My sleeves keep rolling down. I need, like, is it what bank tellers used to wear, where they used to put like a clip around the sleeves, or bicycle clips to protect your trousers. Right, so let's see if I can do this time. So you can see we've got green, we've got orange, and then we're going to have, I'm trying to change my stamp around as well as we go, so it's not always looking the same way. So I think that's going to go about there. Pop it down. And I've got that big blob there, so I'm just going to pop it in there. Right, peek off with this. I've got another stack of ink on my desk, let me move it, because you just know I'm going to pick up the wrong one. There we go, it's got my peacock feather. Just give it a really quick spritz. And then, oh, I forgot where this was going. Yeah, definitely forgot where it was going. I wasn't paying attention, naughty me. About there. Move it round a little bit. There we go. Let's spin that around again. We're going to do exactly the same thing again. It would look nice if I just stamped this bit over the top, wouldn't it? But I want some of our hexagons on there as well. So I think we'll do some hexagons as well. But I've been known to change my mind before, so I might do it again. There and there. Let's get this one stamped, then we can get it dry and then decide on the whole to stamp a hexagon or not. Because they are quite cool, the hexagons, aren't they? Made a right mess of my stamping base, so get that cleaned up as well. Giving that a really good spritz. There we go. I will pop that back over there actually. And let's get this dry again. I need to make sure this time it is quite dry, because we want to go stamping over the top of it now, and we know that if oxides aren't dry you've got a diddly chance of stamping neatly over the top. So you just need to make sure it's that bit there. Just make sure it's nice and dry and then we can stamp neatly. Otherwise, oh, that feels dry. So, I'm guessing it would look quite cool, just stamping that over the top. Be a good teenager one, that, wouldn't it? Just popping that right over the top like that. There you go, but I'm not. I want to use that hexagon. I'm going to grab my little hexagon. Well, not the little hexagon, the big hexagon. Because you get the big one and the little one, don't you? So, let's be a good girl and put that back where it belongs, even though I don't know where my acetate is. There it is. Got that excited to get going that I didn't pop my acetate back in my packaging. So that, we're going to sit over there. We're going to grab, when I've dried my stamp base off, I'm going to grab this lovely one. I do like this one. Would make a nice little summer party invite, wouldn't it? Or a congratulations. So I am now going to grab, I need to decide which way is up, which way is going to be up. Quite like it that way because that one's a bit more spaced out, isn't it? This one's a bit more compact. Weird thing, it's weird, isn't it, when you look at something, it's like, it could go either way, couldn't it? But it just looks better that way because this bit, like I say, is more spaced out, this bit's a bit more compact. So this looks like it should be the top. Again, you know by looking at things, don't you? It wouldn't be wrong putting it the other way around, it just wouldn't look as right. So that makes it wrong, doesn't it? You know what I mean. So we're just going to go for a few little leaves. I'm going to ink that one up again. So this is going back to my Twisted Citron, because again we start with our palest colour, unless our palest colour won't show, which we knew this kind of would. I'm going to turn it over. Now we're going to stamp it on here again. I think we're going to do 3 of these. One more. Even try and get rid of that bit of tissue that's bugging me. I get stuck on my nail now. I'll just pull this one out a little bit more. Then we're going to do exactly the same on the top one. But again, remember your numbers, direction of your numbers. Yeah, because the stamp's got numbers on it, make sure they are pointing in the right direction, otherwise it'll look a little bit odd. And there we go. Yeah, so all I'm doing is just overlapping them ever so slightly, so it looks like it's one big stamp rather than 3 littlies. Well, not so little. It's not a little stamp, is it? It's a nice size stamp. And this one's going to come out a bit. Just like that. And now big decision, are we going to add another colour over the top or not? So best way to find out, put the lid back on that ink before I do something daft. So best way to find out if we want to add another layer of colour is pop it on. And I think the answer is yes, I do. And I think we're just going to have a bit of the orange. I'm not going to go to the blue. Just a smidge of that orange. So I'm going to want one kind of here. And I want a little bit here. And I think that will be enough on that one. because again, I always make a decision and never tell you I've done it. So if you look at it, this bit just looks a little bit emptier. So here we've got lots and lots of the hexagon coming out from behind, but here, if you notice, there isn't much. And here you could argue as well, so we might do it so it's there and there. Yep. So I look for bits that looked a little bit empty to add a little bit more detail to. Let's get this cleaned up. Oops. Got my tissue stuck before I did anything then. There we go. Right, so let's get our orange. Just make sure I ink up this one quite well, because it's quite a dark colour, so if I don't ink it up well, you're going to notice. So we are going to have, we're going to grab this back actually, and we're going to have one about here. And again, we're going to go down here somewhere. And then just to finish it off, I'm going to do one here, because, oh no, that looks alright, doesn't it? No, I'm going to leave that there, I think. I'm going to turn it around and we'll do the top one now. So again, I'm looking for bits I don't like at the moment. So we'll go here and a little bit in here. Not sure about that bit there, but definitely here and here. I've got quite a big gap just there, isn't it? Quite a big gap. So I have to stamp it twice. Oops, so you can turn it around as well. So we're going to stamp this one down here. And then I'll stamp this one out a little bit as well. And I wanted one about here. And now I've done 3 down here and only 2 up there. So you know what's coming next, don't you? I'm going to go and add a bit more down that way. Stamp that a bit squiff as well. I'm going to turn this one round. And it's been bugging me a little bit that I didn't stamp it off the side, so that's, you know, so it's all turned out for the best really, hasn't it? I want to add a little bit more to it. Oops. There we go. There we go, see? It had to be, didn't it? It had to be done like that. It was quite cool just like that, to be fair. So, next we want to stamp the time border. So before we do that, I'm going to clean this stamp up, and I'm also going to dry it with my heat gun. Again, because I want to make sure that oxide is nice and dry before we do anything else. There we go. Don't need to take that off just yet. Let's give this a good dry. But again, if you wanted to make it more masculine, you choose 3 shades of brown, not brown, blue, or 2 blue and a grey maybe, something like that. change it to all pinks and purples. Let's get that other side done. Bit of tissue just there. There we go. Right, I'm hoping that's nice and dry now. Move that out of the way as well. And then we need to get stamping our border. So you can see I have tried to pop our blobs of colour as splats. Should I say as splat stamps, not our blobs of colour. That sounds, well, it sounds better, doesn't it? Our splat stamp behind each of these. So you need to get it inked up and then stamped. And I'm being very naughty here, inking up on top of my work. Ooh. There we go. Don't know what that was, but I didn't want it on my stamp. Whiz this over. I'm going to try and keep that line parallel with the one at the bottom. I'm going to go about there, I think. Go for it and splat. And give it a bit of an extra press just because, again, we'll work on top of oxides. You could use your inks for this. I was trying to be really clever in using ink and an oxide of the same colour. Yeah, it's taken me ages to find them. Two matching colours. I found one, but then the other two couldn't find. There we go, just giving it a real good rub. Got no strength in my fingers again. Ooh. Let's lift that up. Oop. Yay! I'm going to turn it around. Now remember, this will be the opposite way, but that's okay because we put our blobs in the right place, didn't we? We're going to pop that one up there as well. It does look cool, doesn't it? I'm actually really liking that. You know, imagine that on a 6-inch card. Oh, well away. Or a 5x7. But we've gone big today. We have used our 8x8. Right, so let's get this inked up. I'm really chuffed with that. I can't get too giddy, I've got another one to stamp yet. Definitely don't get too giddy. I think that's inked up enough. The pressure's on now because I've stamped one really well. I've got to stamp two for two. Turn this over. And I've got ink all over it. Oh, I'm going to get inky pinkies and all sorts from this. And bring it back a little bit. Right, we're going there. Very nice press. And I was going to do my usual trick of stamping the little blobs again, the little circles, and cutting them out on white card, but I don't want to do that because we'll lose all that amazing colour. And actually, if you look at like these, it's really making the blobs stand out really well. So we're going to leave it nice and flat and just add a bit of, oh, my hands, charcoal pencil to it. Right, I think that should be done. Yay! Just clean that base up, it was right messy. That's a right messy pup with that one. There we go, right, let's pop you over there because I don't need you for the moment. It will mean off my desk as well. And again, I'm going to blast this with my heat gun. Because you know what I'm like, I'll be putting my hand in it or something. We really don't want that, do we? There we go. And let's find a pencil, or not. There's one. Really do need to sharpen these a bit, don't I? So, just need to be a little bit more careful than normal, because normally I'd just add a load of shading, because it doesn't really matter because I'll be cutting this bit out. But because I don't want to this time, I need to make sure I don't go on the inside. Again, I'm just going to come around here. I'll do exactly the same with these ones. There we go. Just start putting a little bit in on the lines as well. Be a little bit more. I don't know what the word is. Uncareful. Not as neat. You know what I mean. Messy. Yep, I'll do the same on the bottom one as well. To pop a little bit underneath. There we go. And then I'm going to grab a paint pen because it's right next to me. I've got a clue. I can't see a gel pen, so we'll just go with a paint pen. then, thought this was upside down then. I was going, no, it's not, it's okay. And then on these, I should just put a little bit on. I messed it up, I should have looked where I'd done my shading. So I'll do it properly on these ones. Because if my shade's on that side, my highlight will be on that one. But I wasn't thinking, I got carried away. I could do dots and dashes. And I just got carried away. I'll get rid of that one, and then I'll turn it round. Yeah, don't look too closely, else you'll notice my shading and my highlights are in the wrong place. That's me, I was off with the fairies. Nearly there. And then we just need to pop a sentiment on it, don't we? Can't decide if I want to do maybe more of a happy birthday on it. Actually, I've been naughty enough, haven't I? Actually, I'm going to have You Got This. So we're going to pop You Got This in the middle. And whilst I'm grabbing, ooh, that could have been a disaster, couldn't it? Could just see blue brush falling out all over my table. I'm going to grab this one, and then I've got a spare, because you'll notice we've got our orange and then we've got our green, but we've not got our blue, have we? So we've not got our peacock feathers, and we've not used that little hexagon one. So we will stamp this bit first, because oops, I'll get my lid off. There we go. So we'll get You Got This first. Whoops. Steady. Just make that skew squiff, I think. So You Got This, and then I've got one or two options now. I can either cut a piece bigger than that with a nice border to put our little hexagons behind, or we can just, oh, excuse my tummy, we can pop one of these, it's really having a growl, isn't it? Ooh. Behind, in front and behind. I think that's what we'll do in our peacock feathers. So a little bit of cutting out. Oops, the daisy. Catching everything with my fingers tonight. I didn't stamp that very well, did I? There's that one. Let's do one more. And more fingers and thumbs. There's that one. Right. Move that over there. You can get rid of that as well. I think we have everything we need now to finish this off. I'm just going to give that a quick blast. And these two. I'm going to start by cutting these ones out. Let's do my tricky cutting out first. I haven't got a bin bag either. I must remember to grab myself a bin bag. So decision time now. Do I cut off my numbers or not? And I think I am going to cut off the number just because it makes it a little bit easier to cut out. I know that sounds awful, but I'm not the greatest at fussy cutting, am I? So I'm going to go for easy peasy. Just like that. So there's one. We'll do exactly the same with this one. Give it a quick cut out. Oops. Nearly. I'm going to chop that bit back as well because it looks huge. My little border wasn't so little. There we go, let's move them to one side, and then I should have a little bit of scrap black. Oh, that's a little bit too little, but that bit's not. So I want to just stick these on here. Let's hope my Glossy Accents wants to work today. Oh. Just going to use it as glue for the moment. I can tell it's got a lump in it. Whoa. Mum says she can see a steam train. To be fair, I think it'd look pretty cool with the industrial one in the background. You know, the industrial border we've got. So I might try that. If we put the industrial border in background and then team them up. There we go. Oh, I've not cut this one down. Where's my guillotine gone? And I've seen it since I've been in here tonight. What have I done with it? I think it's somewhere it shouldn't be. Where was it? What have I done with my little guillotine? If not, we'll just have to cut it and hope for the best. Right, it's going to bug me, it's going to jump out, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Put it safe next to me. I'll put that on there. Trim that down. Nope, don't like that. That's not nice straight cutting at all. That's any better. Oh, a bit better. Evening, Maxine. I'm going to grab a little bit of glossy accent. Come on. I know I've got really bad butterfingers tonight, haven't I? Pop it through and get this cut out. And I want a little border around it, and I've just moved it. Rude. Just really give it a little bit longer to, you know, dry, so it doesn't move around when you go to pop it through your guillotine. Do you know what? I'm going to leave that for a second, because when it moves twice on the run, kind of telling you it doesn't want to be cut just yet, isn't it? Instead, I'm just going to cut these out first. I will listen to the glossy accents for once. And it's telling me, nope, it's not cutting out time. Not the best cutting out in the world, but it's going to make it pop out from the background, and that's what we want, isn't it? There's that one, and then we'll go back and do the other one. Just realised I always end up doing the same side first. Just have a thing about it. Definitely not the neatest cutting out in the world. I mean, I could have probably done better with the hedge trimmers and my scissors tonight. But you get the idea. Let's move them out of the way. Really need to get my rubbish bag back, don't I? Right, it's not moved this time, so we'll go for it. There we go. That's going to go on there. Let's move these back. I'm going to put you back down next to me, so I don't lose you again. And then let's get this stuck down. So I'm just going to use my glossy accents because I've got them there and they are working for once. I've not got them all glued up. My matting and layering's getting worse. There we go. And we'll pop this on here. Leave that pressed down because it's a little bit wiggledy piggledy. It only takes a few minutes for it to grip. And then I'm going this way, so I'm going to grab my glossy accents again. And I just want to highlight these little circles again. Because normally we would cut them out in white, wouldn't we? But like I said before, I love how the colour helps them pop out, especially that blue. That peacock feathers really makes it work. So it's going to look a little bit cloudy, but once it dries, it should intensify that colour. And because we've been heat setting the oxide, along the way. If we'd have just done this straight on top of some oxide that we hadn't had the heat gun on, it would have bled a little bit. Now in theory with the heat set this quite a lot, so if it does bleed it'll only be a teeny tiny little bit. You know, they should make an invention, shouldn't they, for squeezing bottles for people like me with dodgy hands. It means I don't actually have to squeeze them. I go nearly there. Just got to be careful now because I know what I'm like. I will put my hand in that at some point. So we are going to put this on here. We're going to put one behind. I think that one's going to go like so. So let's just have a little bit of glossy accents there to get it stuck. Let's move that to one side. There we go. So this is going to go like so. There we've got our other one. Not sure what I was going to do over the top. I think so. Let's grab a little bit on the top. There we go. Give that a second or two to stick. And I want some sticky pads. Now there's one. And there's some more. Flip this over carefully. Use that big one first. Up there. I wanted to stick that over the two, but not quite. Serves me right, I knew I was going to do that. Let's pop a little bit more glue on it. I should have just left it alone. But oh no, I've got some little Miss Impatient. I've got my card. I'm going to move it again now anyway. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put my lid back on there, I think. Somebody told me if you clear the nozzle, it shouldn't gloop up, but mine always does. Right, then we're going to stick this on here, so I'm going to be really gentle because I've already ripped that bit off once. Now I'm going to put this bit down so I can press on it and take things off at the same time. There we go. I've nearly done it without causing a disaster. Then I'm going to pop that just like that. There we go. And obviously as that glossy accents dries, it'll start to go clear rather than cloudy. And those bubbles will absolutely just pop. But there you go. So we used our solid splat. I know that's not in this month's monthly make, but that one. To add our colour. So we've got Twisted Citron, Ripe Persimmon, that one, and Peacock Feathers. And then we put our hexagons over at top. So we did them in Twisted Citron and the Ripe, that one. And then we stamped our time border. We did a little bit of shading, a little bit of highlight on that. And then we've popped our sentiment and used the tiny little hexagon that came in the monthly make with the peacock feathers just to help it all stand out. And then we used a Rucker glossy accent because I think it looks super cool. But I do like that one. Would make a great birthday card for a teenager, wouldn't it? Or a bloke. Yeah, cool. So let me see if I can find the right page again. Oh, my mouse has gone to sleep now. Oh no, there it is, it's back. My mouse is still on holiday. So thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed that one. I've had fun with that. Not quite how I expected it to turn out, but I do like it. And actually, we didn't need to put the hexagons over the top because it looked cool without them, but I'm glad I did. So if I wanted it more simple, I'd have left my hexagons off. This one's not on the website yet. Nope, it's not. This will go on the website when we release, I've lost my months, September's monthly make. Yeah, when we launch September's, this one will go on the website. Yeah, we're in August, aren't we? So this is August. September's will go, we'll launch September's not next week, the week after. It will go out at the end of this week, and then this will go on the website. Yeah, it does work. It does help if I actually know what month I'm in. I'm kind of a bit at the moment. I've always waned it over the summer. I lose track of what day of the week it is, especially when we've got bank holidays as well. Because actually I thought it was Thursday, but it's not Thursday. But you know, because it's Tuesday tomorrow. It is. Because it's tennis tomorrow. I will remember. Normally the kids remind me. Have I not got this week? Oh yes, it's today. So yeah, it is Monday. So we will be back on Wednesday. I'm not sure if it's going to be an early one or a late one. Depends if Bear wants to come along or not. He's playing Nintendo tonight. So yeah, we'll wait and see what the Bear is. But I will let you know on Wednesday whether it's going to be a 7 or 8:30 start for us then. So thank you for joining me tonight. I think that's everything I had to tell you. I've still not caught up on everything, but I will be caught up by tomorrow. Monthly make is going out later this week on the 1st of September. Yeah, I've got the right month that time, isn't it? 1st of September we will be sending out September's monthly make. So if you would like to sign up, you know what to do. Head on over to our website and it'll give you all the details. So thank you once again for joining me. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.